Hello everybody, today I'm going to shoot a video on Aladdin tall Lincoln drapes, so you can identify what you got, make sure you're buying a genuine antique and you're not getting a newer reproduction. The lamps really to be worried about for the reproductions are definitely the cobalt blue ones. As you see, there's 3 here, and the ruby red ones. Those were reproduced and reproduced very well. And so, typically a $500 to over $1,000 lamp, whereas the newer reproductions are $100 or less. So what I have here is an assortment. I definitely have a couple new ones in here to tell them apart, and I have some B75 alicites. Those weren't really reproduced. They were made by literally the hundreds of thousands, very common, at least in Ontario. Right down here we have the Scallop Foot, and you can see it's scallop versus a round foot. The scalloping was the early mold done around 1940. So these two are definitely old formula uranium. And if we come over here to the blue scallops, we have 2 blue scallop feet here. So we know that those molds were retired around 1940. So these are the most rarest lamps. The cobalt blue round foot, that was definitely reproduced, so that's where you got to be careful. The round foot, where you have the round rings at the bottom. So the key differences between a new and an old is the new ones are a 2-piece construction. So right here, there's an actual glue seam on both of these. Whereas the older ones, you have this beading, you have a lip, and then it just kind of flows nicely. So this one, that one, that one, they all 1-piece construction. I have 2 red ones over here, 2 ruby reds. The one on the right is a more vivid red formula. Usually the dark red ones are usually the old ones, and sometimes like this lighter one can be a new one. But if we do the same inspection, it is definitely 1 piece. And then over here, of course, these are all 1 piece. The early molds had that step, and then that round part, and the newer ones are just pretty much straight, but they're solid. The second way to tell is the cap angle. So if you take a look at the filler cap, it's kind of, I won't say a 45-degree angle, it's probably like, 70 degrees, whereas you take a look at a new style one, the cap is almost vertical, so it's more like 80 degrees. It may not seem like a lot, but it is quite a bit of difference. So you can tell new is like, this one here is literally vertical. This one is a better one. These are 2 different production runs. Obviously this white one is nicer than this one. This is crooked because it got glued funny. I can definitely fix that. So these would be like $100 lamps maybe. So any of these new style ones are $100 lamps. Pretty much what a B75 is kind of worth, because they've made so many of these in the new formulas that they're $50 to $100 lamp anywhere all day long. But when you get into the cobalt blues, these are the more desirable lamps, and these are the ones you got to be really careful on, and the reds as well too. So I really hope that helps you identify what kind of lamp you have, or what kind of lamp you're looking at. So like I was on eBay the other day, and a guy had a blue one. He says, you look at the pictures and you tell, I don't know if it's new or old, and you be the judge of it. And he didn't really take a good picture of this spot, kind of took pictures of everything else. And, you could sort of see this, and I kind of wrote him back, said, hey, listen, that's a new one, and I showed him pictures of what an old one looks like. So, if you're selling something on eBay, you don't know what it is, say, hey, I don't know what it is. But to put the onus on somebody to identify it, I don't find that too ethical. So anyway, hope this video helps, and have yourself a great day.